This is the story of Walt Whitman. Born in 1819 in Long Island, Whitman grew up in a modest family during a time when America was still young and constantly changing. His childhood was not filled with privilege or luxury. Instead, it was shaped by ordinary life, crowded streets, working people, and the restless energy of a growing nation. Whitman did not follow the traditional path of scholars and intellectuals. He worked many jobs during his early years. He was a printer's apprentice, a school teacher, and later a journalist and newspaper editor. These experiences exposed him to the everyday struggles and hopes of ordinary Americans, and they would deeply shape the poetry he later wrote. Unlike many poets before him, Whitman did not believe poetry should only celebrate kings, heroes, or ancient myths. He believed poetry should celebrate life itself, the lives of workers, travelers, sailors, farmers, and ordinary citizens. In 1855, Whitman published a small and strange book that would change American poetry forever. The book was called Leaves of Grass. It contained only 12 poems, but they were unlike anything readers had seen before. Instead of following traditional rhyme and meter, Whitman wrote in long, flowing lines that felt like natural speech. His poetry was bold, energetic, and filled with a powerful sense of freedom. Many critics were shocked by the book. Some called it chaotic and immoral. Others believed it was the birth of a new kind of poetry. But Whitman did not stop there. For the rest of his life, he continued revising and expanding Leaves of Grass. What began as a small book slowly grew into a vast collection of poems that reflected Whitman's vision of life, democracy, and human connection. Among the most famous poems in the collection are Song of Myself, O Captain, My Captain, and I Hear America Singing. Through these poems, Whitman celebrated individuality, the beauty of the human body, the power of nature, and the spirit of democracy. He believed every person, no matter how ordinary, carried a spark of greatness within them. During the American Civil War, Whitman also worked as a volunteer nurse in military hospitals, caring for wounded soldiers. The suffering he witnessed deeply affected him and inspired some of his most moving poems about grief, sacrifice, and national identity. Whitman spent his later years writing and revising his poetry, becoming gradually recognized as one of the most important voices in American literature. When he died in 1892, he left behind not just a collection of poems, but a completely new vision of what poetry could be. Today, Walt Whitman is often called the father of American poetry. His influence can be seen in countless poets who came after him. But perhaps his greatest achievement was simple. He taught poetry to speak with a human voice, a voice that celebrates life, freedom, and the endless wonder of being alive. And through his work, that voice still echoes today.